All right, let's see what's going on here. Check 1 2. Uh, Welcome everyone. We're live. This is a Sam Crescent art show. Let's see here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me check in on the different platforms. Facebook, we're up and live. Let's see, YouTube, we are live on YouTube. What happened to Kick? Don't know what's going on with Kick right now. I am live on Twitch. Welcome everybody over on Twitch. And looks like Kick is up and running. We're live there. So I've got the 4 platforms that I'm currently on. We are there. It is Monday, May 18th, 2026. You're watching the Sam Crescent art stream featuring me, Sam Crescent. Let's just get into it. I've already been doing my warm-ups with my basic shapes and stuff, and I'm gonna do a little Bridgman study to start out, and then we have some characters to draw in the comic, maybe some flatting. I don't know. We'll see. This is the page that I'm gonna start with today on the Bridgman, and it's still looking at the dorsal side of the hand. Last week, it's been 3 days. This is last time I streamed was Friday. And we are doing these studies here. Back of the hand. And today we're going to do some of these. I was at Comic-Con Revolution this weekend. I was hoping to keep the stream going and keep the streak going. I think I was somewhere around 25 to 27 days in a row. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it. The infrastructure wasn't there. The logistics weren't there. So I didn't make it happen. That's okay. In the future, I'll be prepared. Some people are like, hey, you should live stream from the convention. That'd be a good idea. In the future, I will. Just as things stand right now, I don't really have things set up for that. But eventually I will. Now, that's just like a shape I put in for the wrist. I always try to get the big shapes in first, and I'm always trying to think of the hand as a kind of a paddle. When I think of the hand as a paddle, I tend to draw it better than when I try to think of it as a geometric shape like a square or something like that. Okay, so what we have here is we'll look at this one here. It's pretty cool. He's got this big shape here. That's the dorsi interosseous muscle, or the dorsal interosseous muscle, I believe. On the thumb side, this really big, thick kind of pad area. Benjamin has the knuckle of the thumb coming through here, and another knuckle. He's drawing the bones underneath here. That's would be like, I think it's the phalanges, one of the phalanges that goes to the thumb. I don't remember the bones of the hand. I should review them, because there's a bunch in here, but you don't see them when you're drawing, so it's just literally for your own knowledge. And then because you don't see them, you don't draw them much, you don't really retain the information. It was like capitate, hamate, pisiform, cuneiform, I think was one of them. I forget the rest of them. Got a knuckle here. And that's kind of cool the way he did this. He did a line, thick line there and there. So Comic-Con Revolution, it was incredible. I feel like I've been hit by a train right now, or a bus, or a car, or I just went through I don't know. It's a lot. The show was incredible. The sales were awesome. There's so many people that came by to see me that I've met in the past, that have bought stuff from me in the past, and came back this year and got more stuff from me. Just so many amazing experiences like that. and just people even that just coming and saying hi, you know, that bought from me before, maybe not this one, but in the other ones, um, it's really cool. But it's also a lot. It's like you're talking to people all day long, nonstop, and um, by the end of the day, you are exhausted from all of the talking and everything like that. It gets exhausting. The Comic Con Revolution's a 2 day show, so which I like. It's only Saturday, Sunday, so you don't have the Friday. Which Fridays for me, these Friday shows, it's brutal because Friday's usually a really slow day. You really don't get any more much sales. It's more of a value add for the attendees and the promoter, because there's usually not even a lot of programming going on the Fridays. So what I find is the shows that don't have Friday, the Saturdays and Sundays are just a lot busier, and this show was like that. It was busy on Sunday, busy on Saturday. You didn't get that Sunday die off that a lot of shows have too, where everything just kind of dies on Sunday. That didn't happen at this one. Like it just kept going, and I'm grateful for it because it makes the experience a lot of fun, but you're exhausted by the end because you've just interacted with so many people, talked to so many people, and but what a fun time. It was a really cool experience, and I have so many friends and so fortunate to have so many good friends and making all these new friends and everything. And uh I really had a good time meeting up with my friends after the show and doing all kinds of stuff like that. It was just awesome. So that's kind of I guess that's the recap of um, how Comic Con Revolution was. And Comic Con Revolution's an interesting show because they have the guests and stuff are pretty niche. Let's do one more. We'll do what's going on here? Where do we go? Okay, let's. All right, I just wanted to move it over. We'll do this one. So these are both like kind of like backside views of. And we know this was the extensor digitorum communis muscle, I believe, is what that's called. Let's double check. Where's the disappeared it? Extensor communis digitorum. Boy, eventually I'll have that muscle dialed in. The extensor communis digitorum. Let's do that one. Let's do this one here. It's actually better than the other drawing. That one's kind of interesting too. I don't like it as much though. I feel like it doesn't really. But maybe I can fix it. So let's look at this paddle shape here with a neck off of it, something like that. There. That's that dorsal interosseous muscle here. He wedges it down. He's got like kind of like this overlap there, and the thumb comes out. The knuckle of the thumb is foreshortened. This is a much better drawing than the last one I did that Bridgman's got. It's a lot more interesting. I'm just going to put a circle there for his knuckle shape. It's kind of what he has. Finger. And then angles this. Okay, then we've got these knuckles here. And this on this side, this muscle area is the flexor digiti minimi. Flexor digiti minimi. There was this girl I knew that was from Australia that I studied anatomy with for a while, and she's like, the flexor digiti minimi. That was a terrible accent, but she really hit that accent strongly, and that's why that's an easy muscle for me to remember. All right. So that's like the wrist area here, the flexor digiti minimi area. And then notice this is super cool. How he's got this kind of knuckle stretching over here. Other knuckles there. And we can look at that angle. This knuckle's maybe there. That's it right there. And then, you know, this would be that extensor communis digitorum tendons coming off like there. Coming through here. And he indicated one there because they only go to those three. And then he's got rendering here showing that the hand is turning. And I need to get this thumb in. Some foreshortening. It's more like just a line there. So that's basically it for the back of this Bridgman hand here. Foreshortened thumb, dorsal interosseous muscle, knuckle, knuckle, knuckle with some tone turning it down, wedging shapes here. This part here is like, I mean, his is more. Let's match his shape, because my shape is just something I made up. But his comes. It's got kind of a skin fold here, comes down, out, and in. It's like a more meaty looking flexor digiti minimi. All right, so that's two Bridgman hands there. Looking at the back side of the hand, I could work that one. Don't really want to. See what's going on. All right, let's work on my comic book now. Got to make some progress there. So, let's see here. And I'll have to check the messages in a minute. I still don't have the chat configured. I'll get that done this week, though. So this was the guy. Now, the thing about this guy is I already have a character like him, so it's a placeholder. And I just put him in there. So we'll make up a new character today. Right here. And let's just get into it. I'm gonna just give this guy some kind of a weird maybe sort of a Jack Kirby-esque as let me switch my pen actually. We're gonna go to just like a lifeless pen here. There we go. Let's give him a Jack Kirby-esque kind of crazy thing here on his head. I'm not really sure what this is, but it's something. let's boost this down a little to 3. All right. Try this one more time. Do something like that. There. That's almost samurai-esque. It's very samurai-esque. So let's make a. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do something different here. Let's go here. That's cool. I'll just connect it like this. We'll keep it down here. Okay, so I don't remember what I was even talking about. I was talking about Comic-Con Revolution. That convention's kind of an interesting one because it has celebrities, but the celebrities are totally different. So like they always have like some like I would say like more on the famous side in the comic book world of celebrities, and it was John Romita Jr. was the celebrity or the comic book celebrity there, and Chris Claremont, and those guys had big lines. And I actually met John Romita Jr. when I was 17. He met with me outside of a gym. A friend of mine was his personal trainer, and I was about 16, 17. He met with me and looked at my art, like gave me a critique and stuff. He was a really nice guy, actually. And it was really nice of him to do that. I wrote about the experience because I remembered it. I wrote about the experience once in my my zine. And you can read the whole story about it in there. And then it'd be cool to meet him one day, but he's too popular. I wouldn't be able to. But he was there. There's Timothy Zahn was there, who he's the guy that did I believe a bunch of Star Wars stuff. I think he wrote like Heir to the Empire, like when the Star Wars when Lucasfilm greenlit like a continuation of the Star Wars story via these novels, and they were all very good. Like, very much enjoyed those books. There was a guy that had came to my booth that had met Timothy Zahn like that day. He was super stoked about it, and it was cool. Kurt Angle was there, the former WWE wrestler, Olympic gold medalist, and everything. So it's like a strange. And then there's like some cast members from 902. I think it was Beverly Hills 90210 was the show. Brian Austin Green. I remember he was a big star in the 90s, but I don't remember what the show was that he was on. But I know I like recognized him because I saw him like at his booth, signing autographs and stuff. So it's interesting because that show though has got a very strong. It's like a lot of locals that really like art and comics. It's got a really strong artist alley. I feel like it's like just really enjoy that one. So and there was a lot of really good artists there too, like some really good guys um, that I really much enjoy seeing their work and everything. Got to focus a little bit more on my drawing now because I'm not totally certain. Give this guy a mustache. I don't think I have a guy with a mustache yet. So we'll go with a mustache. He's got to be kind of smiling because this is like the heroic part. Something like that. There. He's gonna need some kind of a way for his helmet to be strapped on. So let's strap this helmet on him. Taking off the chin because he's gonna have some. That's not gonna work. We need some kind of a helmet strap. All right. Give him one of these kind of some like kind of neck armor here. Yeah, the thing that's cool though too is I have a really interesting collection of independent comic books, obscure independently made comic books that I've like been able to pick up, trade for, and collect over the years as a result of going to all these shows because there's so many. There's actually a lot of people that make their own books, and it's a really hard hustle. It's hard to sell. It's a lot of work, and so if I see something and it's not like outrageously expensive, you know, I'll and I can afford it, and the show's doing well enough, I'll usually buy it, and it kind of help and it kind of have this cool collection of stuff from all these shows and everything, and these are a lot of these comics and stuff that I've bought at different shows and everything over the years or traded for and whatnot. I mean, they're actually pretty rare because they're talking about really low print runs and they haven't been to most places in the country. Okay, so this is this guy's face. Let's see what else we can do with him. He's got this like shoulder strap area. Let's just do some. I'm thinking spikes, man. Like, let's do some spikes. It's just makes it a little more aggressive, a little less comfortable, maybe. But you know, let's do. I wonder if I just did since he's got such a ridiculous helmet. Let's make the spikes as ridiculous as the helmet is, or make it somehow match or coincide with that. Because what are these things on his helmet? I don't know yet. So do something like that. Okay. All right. So we got something there. Throw some spikes up on this side. I'm sorry. There we go. We're gonna just have to stay with the 3. You can't go to the 4. 4 spikes. Curve that in here. Let's build this up a little bit. So changing my mind here. This is what happens though when you're just making up costumes and suits and stuff on the fly. which is, it's fun to do it. So there's a bunch of, I've got several conventions I need to apply for this fall, as well, so that I have the fall lined up. Give them some stuff like that. Not going to pick like a really dominant light source. I want to do most of that with the color. Okay, so this guy's carrying some kind of a weapon. Let's give it I don't want to make it a firearm. Let's make it a like some kind of a slasher or cutter or something like that. That's, whoa, something like that maybe there. Let's work on this a little bit here. There. Now it's kind of like an axe. Let's see what we can do here to make it go. Instead of like that, maybe if we make it go here. That's a dangerous looking weapon right there. Mounted on there. There, so it's got like multiple prongs coming out from different angles. Then maybe we will make it a firearm. It's a harpoon firing type thing, because that looks sort of like a harpoon. So we'll make it like a, we'll make it really ridiculous though. So we'll have it the let's build this up a little bit here. Let me see here. I gotta see what this looks like. That's kind of cool. All right, let's put a hand in here. He's got to be holding this somehow. I mean, I guess he's holding it down here. So we'll extend all that out. Let's see what we can remember from Bridgman to get a hand drawn here. Triangle, circle, two squares. Not sure what. I don't like that hand. Let's come up with something else here. That's terrible. Let's go with, I mean, we're gonna need some kind of like, kind of have to show the side of it here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Got some overlap there. This hand might be too big. I don't know yet. I'll have to look at it, but if it is, we can adjust that. Not a big deal. Still not happy with that. Let's see there. That's cool. We've got the Flexor Communis Digitorum. Now, because this guy's an operator, we're going to make him have gloves on. So I'm thickening up this hand more. Turning that into gloves. Turn that into a glove of some sort. Do this. Kind of show the underside there some more. And then something like that maybe. So now we'll take off a lot of this detail because you just won't see it. It's got a glove on.